I think it's just going to be a fantastic show.
I think it's going to be a great
we
show.
did great last...
What?
What? We're locked out of my house.
Well, don't you have a key?
Why would I have a key, Nat? It's my house.
Welcome to the Lighter Show. I'm Mike, and that's really all you need, isn't it? Here's everything going on in the Keep It Light League, Week 6. In our first story, Team Allosaurus has announced that it is gay. That's right, in a sudden sexuality exodus, every player on Allosaurus has decided to come out of the closet at the exact same time. Philip Rivers has renounced the church and opened a BDSM store in Hillcrest. AJ Green married his college roommate and bought a cockapoo. The entire San Francisco defense confirmed their homosexuality at a press conference, and ever since, the organization has experienced its highest ticket sales in history. Jamal Charles announced he'd been gay for some time, but conceded there really isn't anything else to do in Kansas City. Jason Witten, gay. Ryan Matthews, gay with Philip Rivers. Jermichael Finley, let's just say his sons are going to have a hard time explaining to their instructor at Providence Academy why Daddy hugs Aaron Rodgers after every play. Larry Fitzgerald was detained by police for repeatedly accosting men in a YMCA locker room. When reached for comment, Fitzgerald said, "I can't help myself. I guess it's 'cause I'm so gay." Also, Allosaurus defeated the accidental rapist this week, 128-86. Now, as part of the new format, the Lighter Show is encouraging audience participation. For example, we received this email from a viewer just the other day. Dear The Light Show, longtime fan, first-time emailer. I was wondering if you guys are taking this a little too light? I mean, there are 10 players at $10 each. That's like $100, right? With $100, you could get a top-quality Harry Potter wizard wand or something. Just think of the bomb-ass spells you could cast on your opponents next year. So, maybe getting a little heavy isn't too bad. Laura. P.S. Albert loves Harry Potter. Here's what he'd look like if he won. Like a real jerk. Thanks, Laura. Getting into this week's matchups, we had I Fly Lighter Than O2 and Reptiles Unanimous going at it. Even with Vincent Jackson's 32-point day, Reptiles Unanimous fell short for a 6th week in a row. I Fly Lighter Than O2 wins 104-82. Owner Kevin Teal said, after some devastating losses, it is refreshing to get a W. My goal this week is to not get pregnant. That brings us to our Week 6 Smack Board, where all of the teams in the Keep It Light League are free to talk smack on anyone they want. Here's the best of this week's Smack Talk. In our next match, it was Cartwright Hernandez versus Team the Best Team. Led by Brandon Marshall, Team the Best Team came out on top 113-80. Team the Best Team's Michaela PSENICK said, "Let the sibling rivalry begin for next week's matchup." Oh, Michaela, there's no rivalry. No matter what happens next week, Mom and Dad will still love me more. And for the 2nd week in a row, Cartwright Hernandez is the recipient of the lead apron of shame.
I'm sorry, I just can't.
What?
Thank God you're here. Can you just let us in? I can't get in.
Ooh, Mike told me not to let you guys in.
Oh, you got... Dude, yeah, right, come on. Yeah, right. Ugh.
Before we continue, let's take a call from one of our viewers. Hello, caller. Are you there?
Yeah, hello? I have an engraved Zippo from 1972 commemorating the Cuban Missile Crisis. I was wondering what I can get for it.
Sir, this isn't a show about lighters. This is about the Keep It Light Fantasy League.
Oh, that's cool. I'm in that too.
Goodbye, caller. In our next match, Trayvon Martin rode Noshan Moreno to a 135-107 point victory over Futsenkoppinat, earning them this week's feather cap. But since Trayvon Martin owner Josh Andrew has been missing for 6 weeks now, we decided to award the feather cap to this squirrel. Futsenkoppinat's Justin Hafner said, "I flat out shit the bed this week." Well, Jones and Short shit my bed. They shit my bed and then slept in it and smeared it into everything. I had to throw out my comforter and sheets and all my pillowcases. And the smell. The goddamn smell. Next week, I'm back to my raping ways, so Teal needs to invest in some industrial contraceptives, cause it's gonna get weird. And finally this week, it was a Hogue match between the Angels Farting Angels and Cadillac Kalp Seville. Despite leaving a lot of points on the bench, Angels Farting Angels put up quite a fight, and we can all agree that they took the moral victory. Cadillac Kalp Seville wins 99-94. Speaking of Angels Farting Angels, I thought I'd take this time to share with you the first installment of a documentary that everyone's been talking about. Take a look.
In the history of the Keep It Light League, one franchise has personified excellence in its purest form.
This team was built to win.
Coach and owner Mike PSENICK has been the head of the organization since its founding in 2013.
The name Angels Farting Angels is derived from an old Slovakian belief that angels, bereft of human genitalia, reproduce asexually from their bowels. It's a very symbolic name for a divine process.
However, the Angels Farting Angels began their season far from divine.
We had a tough start. The guys, they used to get down. I had to tell them, hey, I know it's tough out there, but just remember, it's not me who's fucking up. I've been doing this 3 years. I'm a great coach. It's you. You guys are fucking up.
Quarterback Colin Kaepernick faced the most adversity.
Oh, Colin. Yeah, he was a simple kid. Didn't know a thing about football. It got so bad, we started spreading peanut butter on his arms as a treat. If he did something good, we'd tell him he could have the peanut butter. So every time he scored a touchdown, you'd see him trying to lick the peanut butter off his bicep through his face mask like a jackass. The whole team was embarrassed.
PSENICK also dealt with conflict from within.
We had these 2 receivers, Demarius and Denarius. 2 guys separated by 1 consonant. I used to mess up their names all the time. They'd get mad at me. They'd say, you never mess up the white guys' names. I'd tell them, yeah, there's only 2 of them. And I'm probably cutting the one. He sucks. They were a great group.
After a disappointing loss to start the season, the Angels Farting Angels were underperforming again in Week 2. We've recovered lost footage of a pep talk given by Coach PSENICK during halftime of that game.
I don't know what you call that out there, but it sure as hell wasn't football. Boy, I tell ya, I seen some chumps in my day, but this has got to be the biggest pack of bums I ever saw. Dougie, you're prancing around like a dame trying to get dinner on before the factory closes. And Wes, quit being such a Nancy and catch the damn ball. This whole team's a bigger embarrassment than the Truman administration. You ladies can stick around for the second half, but I'm cutting out of this joint. I'm heading to the bar and getting sauced.
I used to drink. I used to black out, too. I didn't even know we'd won a game until Week 5. By then we were 3-2. But the guys loved it. We used to go out together. Doug, Vernon, the Pierres, Dan. We'd get sloshed and have the best times. But I never crossed the line. I never touched any of my players inappropriately. Except maybe Danny.
Coach PSENICK raped me.
Anyways, I haven't had a drink since.
After winning over the hearts and minds of his players, Coach PSENICK set his sights on the Hydrogen Cup and a Keep It Light League championship. On the next episode of Flatulence on High,
I literally watched him die right there in my arms. Of course, the family pressed charges because it was my rattlesnake. Powerful stuff. I think we have time for one last caller.
Hey, Guy. I was vacuuming out my couch the other day, and I found a Yokiro Taco Bell Bic lighter, and I was thinking to myself, you really don't see those anymore. And I was calling to see, is it worth anything?
Again, this is not a show about lighters. It's a Fantasy League review.
You suck!
Well, that'll do it for us today. Tune in next week, and remember to keep it light.
This never happens. I don't know what to do. It's supposed to rain.
I don't know.
Yonder gilded gate.